but I've got my Arsenal shirt on today, which means I'm proud to be a Gooner. And I'm not going to go in on them because Arteta, after 2 games, has done more than Unai Emery has done in a season and a half. Yeah. And it's very evident today. Every player worked their socks off and they were knackered. So when they get used to the high intensity press and what they're trying to do, obviously their fitness levels will go up. But for me, the referee robbed us. Just want to introduce all my guests. Just say hello to everyone in the comments. Thanks for being with us. We've got Terry Imaguna, my partner in crime.
How you doing?
Got AFTVFC's Supremo goalkeeper, the cat, Adi Abs.
How you doing, guys?
We got the kid.
Speechless.
Who's been having a Twitter battle with Simon 49 undefeated today.
He's a waste man. Let's keep him moving.
we got Melvin, Eddie Melvin.
Evening all.
And I've got pleasure in introducing Shaheen today. Shaheen is with us for the first time. So
thank you.
Evening,
gents. Danny
Ceballos lookalike.
Danny, you can do better than that. Danny Ceballos lookalike.
Boys, how did you see the game? Shaheen, let's come to you first, mate. How did you see the game?
I thought we started really well. I thought the first 40 minutes or so was really solid, really strong. I think Chambers going off didn't help. I was really pleased with how Ozil played. Luiz was solid. And I just think after a few tweaks that Lampard made, bringing on Jorginho, they started to get a foothold on the game. And second half, it was their half, really. Having said that, the players have played a fair number of games consistently, rather. And they're playing another game. So you can see tiredness creeping in. Referee didn't help, but it was an improvement on previous game, and it was encouraging. I was encouraged.
You know what? Just let me just come to a comment before I come to the rest of you. Unai Clownery.
Please.
We saw plenty of similar performances under Emery as well. Let's stop being hypocritical, please. I'm sorry, that's the best I've seen Arsenal play first half for about 4 years, in my opinion.
Yes, I agree. It's been a very good improvement since Everton game. There was an improvement there. There was a bit more improvement in Bournemouth. There was more today, and I'm hoping there is more going forward. The only thing that I am a bit worried about is him. I was a bit underwhelmed to start with when they appointed him, and then when I saw his press conference and I've seen performances, I'm very excited now, and I'm just worried that he's not backed by the board in the transfer window, because with what he's got, to be honest, even if you get Guardiola in now, I don't think you can get a lot out of these guys, and we definitely need players in some areas of the team, and that is my only worry, that he gets backed up by the board. As in terms of today's performance, I think it was very encouraging. It was really, really good. As you said, it was probably the best so far this season, the first 40-45 minutes. And I just hope it continues.
The kid.
Yeah.
Give me your summary of the game.
I felt like going into the game, seeing the team sheet, first thing that screams out is, why is Pepe not playing? But once the game started, we clearly seen that he had a plan with Nelson, and Nelson started to prove us wrong at the beginning of the game. And I was really happy to see him playing very well at the beginning of the game. I see you shaking your head, Terry, but
no, I'm not shaking your head at the comments. Sorry, the kid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
At the beginning,
I'm going to come back to this once he's finished.
At the beginning, when we started the game, Nelson was putting pressure on them, and Nelson was the reason why they changed their formation. Let's be honest, because our wingers were actually doing their job with Aubameyang and Nelson putting pressure on their defense and splitting their center back. The person who let us down was Lacazette. Unfortunately, Lacazette, he could have had a couple of chances where he could have just had a little bit more composure, maybe would have got a better shot off, but still, it would have been a tough shot. And honestly, there's a history with Arsenal and center backs getting injured in the middle of a game and us collapsing. And I hate to say that happened again. And it wasn't necessarily that it happened because of Chambers going down and he's such a great defender. It was just because the assurances of who that guy is, where compared to Mustafi and some of the people might not being 100% sure about him. And yeah, I felt like maybe also taking out Ozil, he should have maybe kept him in because Ozil at least kept possession of the ball better than Willock. And all in all, I felt like Chelsea I can't even say they got lucky. They hit us back and we didn't have anything to do with it. We dropped our heads. The biggest image of the whole thing was Leno when he made the mistake. No one went to go pick him up, and that showed you how the game ended.
Let's get it right from the probably around about the 27th minute onwards. It was Chelsea's game to win. Okay, Chelsea were better than us. Let's be honest. Okay, Big Mammy. He says Torreira had no tackles today and only had 2 interceptions, but people will say he played well. Guendouzi is the only player in midfield that played well. Big Mammy, you know what? I've been one of Torreira's biggest critics, right? Lucas Torreira today was world class.
Yeah, he was terrific today.
You know what? And if that's the Lucas Torreira that we've got, I'll put him on a 10-year contract after a performance like that. If that's what we're going to get from Lucas Torreira, and coming back to Guendouzi, Guendouzi didn't have a great game.
Guys, this is why statistics lie to you.
Lot of energy, but if Torreira had a decent midfielder but beside him, Ozil would not have gone missing in the game come the second half because the ball never went to Ozil. So and that was down to Guendouzi. He didn't play badly. He didn't play badly, but Guendouzi, like Willock, like a Saka, like a Ainsley Maitland-Niles, like a Smith Rowe, they're still not exactly what we need at the moment, in my opinion. But Torreira, fantastic. Addy.
I just wanna initially highlight 5 players: Luiz, Chambers, Ozil, Aubameyang, and Torreira. I think the partnership of Luiz and Chambers has been immense. I think they complement each other well, and I was a huge critic of Chambers. I thought he could never play in this team, but he's proved me wrong, and I think he's comfortable back there. And to be fair, Luiz as well, his best performance in an Arsenal shirt today. He did what he needed to do. And I knew that he was going to play well. There was one time we played out the back, and we was in a similar position where we lost the first goal against Bournemouth. And what he did, he knocked it long. And I knew from him knocking it long, after that Bournemouth match, Arteta said, we need to learn when to play and when not to play. And that time wasn't to play. And then he knew that him knocking it long and into Aubameyang, I just knew he's actually listening and he actually wants to go in. Ozil, again, he was, for me, that first half, amazing, similar at Bournemouth, where how he just picked up the space and was just driving. And this was the Ozil of yesteryears. Like I think he's going to find something new with under Arteta. Aubameyang, that guy, a lot of people have been slagging him off, saying, "Oh, he can go. He doesn't want to sign a new contract." That guy, if the board is smart, they will give him a new contract. The guy showed that he loves Arsenal. The work he put in today on that left-hand side, yes. It just shows that. To be fair, all 11 players showed today that they want to die for the badge. And that's the difference between it under Emery and under Arteta. It looked like the guys didn't want to play for Arsenal. It just looked like they wanted to collect paychecks and everything. But today, it showed that the guys wanted to die for the badge. I think, yes, we did get tired. But then I think where my issue is, I think we are going to be a very good team under Arteta. Again, I don't think we have the players to play the way Arteta wants to play yet. So I think Arteta has to be a little bit more flexible and a little bit more creative because, as I said before, we don't have that 150 million defense. We don't have that 300 million defense. But I will give Arteta his props because, as Sonny said, I've seen Arsenal do something different in 9 days and 2 games under Arteta than 18 months under Emery. Emery, for me, you could see that the guy was a fraud. Like he was a fraud. But Arteta, after 2 games, like I can see a philosophy. I can see how we want to play, how we want to progress. So that's the only thing I'll say about Arteta. I think it did show a little bit of inexperience there for me, but not to slag him off. Not saying I think this is the right appointment. I'm happy, and I think bring on United. I think we'll beat United. That's me.
If anyone's wondering where Matt Howes is tonight, Matt Howes has fucked off the League Gunners channel. That's where he's gone. Because he put out a message yesterday after yesterday's podcast, and he said, no matter what Arteta does, it's not the man for him. I said to him, well, did you watch the Everton game? He says to me, no. So it shows his mentality.
It's okay.
Sonny,
it's okay. Him and Simon can jerk off to the League Winners podcast.
Go on,
Can I
Shaheen.
just say something? I'm not sure when people say that what they were expecting the board to do. I mean, I know some of these guys that they were expecting Ancelotti and Pochettino, Allegri, but they need to be a little bit realistic. That in a sense that why would they come to Arsenal? It's all well saying I want X. I want some.
Shaheen, why would Arsenal want them, mate? Why would Arsenal want them?
Exactly. Don't want
Say
them
again?
anyway.
We don't want them. Why would we want them?
I mean, that's one thing. I'm just saying, people asking for these names, saying Arteta is not good, but they have nothing to back up why they saying Arteta is not good, and he's come in and he's done all right. So I don't really see why people are saying, "Oh, we're not going to back the guy." I was under the impression that you're supposed to back your manager regardless.
It's because if no, you don't back them regardless. If they're rubbish, you don't back them. But the people are not backing someone before they've even started. They're thick.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I mean, the guy is third game.
Unai Clannery. I think this is a stupid comment of the day, mate.
Oh, bloody hell.
It's unfair to blame Leno for the mistake when other players make them all the time. Why are people scapegoating Leno? If you're jumping up in the air, mate, and you're catching air in a couple of flyers, and you're not catching a ball, it's his mistake. So it's obviously they're not scapegoating him. It's his fault. It's simple as that.
No.
Doesn't mean people know, but it's his fault.
As a goalkeeper, the funny thing is, I heard through the TV, I heard Leno call keepers. I actually heard Leno call keepers, and obviously he's totally misjudged the flight of the ball. And as a goalkeeper, I know when I make a mistake, I own up to it. And I bet you any money, Leno will be the first guy in the dressing room after saying that.
He owned up to it straight away on the pitch, Addy. He owned up to it straight away on the pitch. His head was down. The players were going over to him, trying to give him some morale. Do you know what I mean? He knew that straight away. As much as slagging him off, because it was such a stupid mistake. He knew that.
And that's the thing. He knew it. He knew it.
Yeah,
so
you could tell.
No one needs to beat up on him. No one needs to beat up on him because as he's made these mistakes, the guy's pulled off so many saves to keep us in matches, especially, for example, that Norwich match when he tipped it onto the post. Like, people make mistakes, and as I said, I think he knows his mistake, and then we move on from there. That's it.
Honestly, the players went all after he went down on his knees after he made the mistake. Did the players all go after him to go help him lift him up?
Yeah. There's a few players that went straight away to him and lifted him up. The kid.
Okay, so that right there is
what's your
showing
take
that
on
the
it,
players
mate?
are after him.
Sorry, mate.
What's your take on the game?
Listen, mate. I've just quickly seen a comment there and all. This is ridiculous.
You was there, and the atmosphere looks really good as well.
For the first time in 2 years, I've said to my dad and my brother, for the first time in 2 years, the atmosphere, the stadium was buzzing. That first half was the best first half I've seen in 2 years.
Yeah,
that's no lie. It was absolutely fantastic. What Arteta has done, and don't forget, all these people that said Arteta is like Simons and like your Matt Owls, he's bloody Pep's bloody wanking off or whatever he is. All these people that kept saying that. What he done in that first half today is the first thing that Emery could even dream of doing, because we never done anything like that under Emery. Right? That first half, I've got to give respect to all the players that I do slag off most weeks. David Luiz, who else was there?
You know what? Don't do that. I'll tell you what we do. Let's do a player ratings. Yeah. Go on.
Yeah.
Start.
Leno, for me, obviously, he's made a big mistake, cost us probably 3 points, really. So I'd give him a 5 today.
Addy, what would you give him? Everyone in the comments. Let's give your play ratings. Everyone in the comments as well.
I'll give Leno a 3 today. I think some of his distribution wasn't as good, so I'll give him a 3.
Shaheen?
I'll give him a 4. I think the mistake was he came on a very bad time, and it's a mistake. A mistake is a mistake. But his distribution was a bit funny as well. So I think 4 is probably fair.
Melvin, sorry, I forgot to come to you to give you a take
worry.
on the game. After we've done the player ratings, can you give me your take on the game as well? Yeah. Sorry, I forgot to come to you. I apologise.
Three, no more than that. His distribution was poor as well. He had nothing really to do today and letting a Doby go.
What would you give him?
3.
I would give him a 1. Right. The reason I'll give him a 1 because, like Melvin's just said, he had nothing to do today. Nothing. And what he did have to do, he just cost us 2 points. So I'll give him a 1. Sorry, not good enough. Today, everyone starts jumping up and down. The kid.
I give him a 4.
The real Arsenal. We're not basing it on the season so far, mate. Season so far, they all get a 1 because we're close to relegation. Let's get it right. All right, we'll go on to Saka.
I'd give him a good 6. He had, to be honest, he had William in his pocket in that first half. Everyone kept saying before the game that William was going to be the biggest threat because obviously Saka up against him. But no, in fact, I'm going to give him a 7 for that first half performance. It's fantastic. 7.
I would also give him a 7 as well. I think he did well. I think in the second half you could see he tired out and he got the cramp. And then Willian got the better of him in the second half. But to be fair, for me, it was and him not even being a left back as well, being a left winger. I'll give him a 7.
I'll go for 7 as well. But he's very young. We need to remember this, that he's very young and doesn't have many first team experience. He's done really well. For the goal though, you could see that he's holding his leg and he wasn't keeping up with William. But it's just, this is what happens when you got so many games in a row.
Yeah, by the end, once he got down to the into the penalty box, he couldn't even move. So
Melvin.
So
I'm going to give him a 6. So I think 7's too high on the basis that he had a fantastic first half and very, very poor second half. So I think 7 too. I'll give him a 6.
Spot on. The kid.
I agree. Also 6.
I'll give him a 6 as well because, as far as I'm concerned, going forward, he done nothing. Because
at the beginning, he created a chance.
The game's 90 minutes, mate. It's a 90-minute game. But basically, that's not knocking him. I think because he's not a left back, he's been so guarded about his defensive responsibilities. And to be honest with you, over the last couple of games, I don't think we've missed Tierney or Kolasinac. I think he's done brilliantly, Saka.
Yeah.
So it's a very respectable 6. I'll give him.
Okay.
Ainsley Maitland-Niles.
I'd give him a 6.
I would give him I'll give him a 7 as well. I think he did well today.
I'll give him the same.
So yeah,
It's not your turn. Make your turn.
I'll give him a 5. I don't think it was that great. Going forward, on that side, I expected better from him, but just a standard 5 for me.
I'll give him a 7. I thought we did really well. I thought we defended well. I thought we got stuck well. He put his body in, on the line. No, one of his better games. I'll give him a 7.
Yeah,
Kid.
I think he did a really good job. He built up play well. And also one thing that he fixed, those long balls that were coming into him, he was controlling them better, bringing them down, changing the possession. I love that. So I'm giving him a 7.
I think that one through ball we played up the wing to Reece Nelson was a fantastic pass. Defensively, I thought we looked very composed, especially when he brought it down on his chest and he chested it back to Leno. I'll give the guy. Again, second half we dropped off attacking, but I'll give him a very respectable 6.5, 7ish. And that's not being critical. That's only because they weren't really getting forward, but that's because the game went away from us. But I think Saka and Ainsley Maitland-Niles were excellent today, both of them. Let's go to the centre backs. I'm I'm not going to rate Chambers because he went on the pitch for long enough, but he done a fantastic job where I was on now. Let's go, David Luiz. Best game for Arsenal by a country mile.
And he put that Simmer frame away today. He come out of his pinch in the zone. He put that shirt on, and he got some young legs from somewhere because today he was immense. He was blocking. He was getting his headers in. He was putting himself about. I'll give him a solid 8.
Yep, and I totally agree with that with an 8. I think I think this is the David Luiz I expected earlier in the season, but like he's to be fair, in the last 2 games he's woken up, and maybe when they dropped him for Everton that made him wake up, but he was quality today. No, so I'll give him an 8. Best game of the season.
Yeah, I second that. I thought at the beginning, I thought he was really fired up for today, and you're right. He dealt with pretty much everything that came his way in the box. So yeah, an 8 for me as well.
I give him an 8. I think he made the right decisions at the right time. I never thought I'd use this word that Luiz playing for us, but I thought it was quality today.
Yeah.
The kid.
I would also give him an 8. I felt like today he had something to prove. Like this man came out there, he had something to prove. He's like, you're calling me the 4th best center back at Chelsea? I'm gonna show you guys that I'm better than all these guys today. And he did that.
You know what? Mastersons, we know he's still not good enough, but to be honest with you, I will go with this. This is what I'm going to go with. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. That's what I give David Luiz today. I'm giving him a 9.
Man of the match.
I'll tell you something. I think every clearance he made, it was no nonsense. If you couldn't get rid of the ball properly, he was whacking it. He was whacking it. You know.
Yeah.
It was no nonsense today, David Luiz. And one of the blocks that he done in the first half was excellent. You know.
Even the second half, when Abraham went through.
Yeah, he made a good tackle. Yeah.
He came out of nowhere. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was quality. But the thing is, David Luiz is David Luiz. You can't expect the guy to be Linford Christie. He ain't got the pace. You know, he is what he is. You know, that's why I got £8 million. Mustafi.
He done all right. He dealt with what he had to. I think. I don't know. I'd say a 6.
Yeah. I think I've been harsh on Mustafi today because I do blame him for the second goal. 2 mistakes in there. But I would give him a 5. I'll give him a 6 as well. I'll give him a 6. But yeah, I think he cost us the second goal. He should have taken a yellow card when Abraham controlled it on the edge of the box, and then when they got to the box, he didn't even look or turn around to see where Abraham was. He literally just ball watched, and he was normal Mustafi of yesteryears, where he was totally oblivious of anything that's around him. So yeah, I'll give him a 6.
You took the words out of my mouth because I was going for that. So you took my reason. So I'll also give him a 6 for that.
You know what? I know that he made the mistake for the second goal. I don't think he was the only person that thought that goal.
No.
But I'm his greatest critic, but I thought he was outstanding today, apart from the mistake. I give him a 7.
Well.
Oh. I feel like it's harsh to blame him for the goal. I feel like he could have done better. I agree, but it's like as a team, we could have done better to stop that goal. It was obviously so. I would still give him a 6, and he could play better, but at the same time, he didn't do that bad. There's been worse.
You know what? For me, I didn't think Mustafi was that bad either. I mean, you know, Mustafi and Luiz shouldn't have been backpedaling. They seem to do that as a team because they don't trust their ability sometimes. I'll give him a 6. I think he was very commanding. Other than that, and I think to single him out for defeat, I think it's just throwing him under the bus for no reason. To be honest with you, you know.
But the only thing, sorry, Melvin, sorry, carry on.
I just think he was very brave today. He got hit on the head, got straight up, and next minute he was heading the ball out again.
Yeah.
That's what I like to say.
The only thing I don't think, not that I want to single him out, and I think that some people were saying that our defense are uncoachable. Gary Neville, for example. I think you can coach the defense.
You can coach them, but it doesn't mean they're going to be any good.
Yeah. No, and that's the thing. I think we just need to get that notion out of our heads that if they're going to break, let's drop off. Because I think that was the time where he could have stepped up and got the yellow card, and that's why I was saying that at times. I think Arteta needs to teach us how to be street smart, and if we have to pick up a yellow card, we pick up a yellow card. But if it's going to save a goal, then that's what we have to do. And I think we're not street smart yet, but I think that could come. I think you can coach that.
Eddie, the problem with that goal is Arsenal are having an attack, and one ball, they're at our back four, and within a couple of seconds they're in the penalty box. Yeah. What we haven't got, right? We haven't got that other disciplined CDM along with Torreira to help more that up. But Torreira was doing the job of 5 people today.
Do you know what? For me, that second goal, a fault and all for me was Guendouzi. If you go back and actually watch it, the player goes past him and he literally is like Speedy Gonzalez because Guendouzi is so slow. He looks like he's just jogging back, but he's literally sprinting back. But he's so slow. Guendouzi.
Right,
honestly,
okay. So, Guendouzi, give your rating for Guendouzi for today then.
For me, I mean, in that first half, I thought he was brilliant along with everybody else. But the second half, when we needed our strong players to stand up and be strong, when the fatigue set in the second half, I think he could have done a lot more in that second half for me, Guendouzi. So for me, I'm only going to give him a 6.
Eddie?
With me, I'm going to give Guendouzi a 5, actually. I think after his yellow card, I think his performance just went off. I think he was, because there was a time when he pulled down Abraham's in a box, and I was thinking that the ref was going to give a penalty against us, and then
I saw that
yellow. And I won't lie to you, I was scared, and I think why he didn't take, he could have taken down. I think it was it Willian or someone for the second goal. He could have taken him down, but then again, yellow. Yeah, so I think that restricted him. So I'm just going to give him a 5. To be fair.
I think I'll go with a 6 with the Guendouzi, and I agree with sorry, I didn't catch your name. What was your name again? First person. No, Terry. No, next to Terry. Sorry, I apologize. I agree with Terry. On the second half, he could have done a bit better to help control the midfield and stop some of the attacks. And the thing with Guendouzi is you always know there is something, there could be something silly coming out, a bad tackle or something silly, and there's a red card, or if he's on a yellow, you're always thinking this guy, he could easily get another one and be off. So 6 for me.
Yeah.
Melvin?
I'm going to give him a 5 because I think he made some bad decisions today. When he gave away the foul in the first 5 minutes when he got booked, he could have done a lot better. I think he could have gone with the man a bit more.
Yeah.
So in the first half, no one's mentioned it, he gave a very, very stupid ball. He was meddling out just outside our box. He should have given it away. He turned, faced their own goal, gave a pass. They got it and they could have scored. So I'm giving him a 5. He's got a lot to learn. He's got a lot of ability. He has got a lot to learn.
Yeah.
The kid?
I'm giving him a 6 because let's look at that first foul. First of all, we had the same foul happen on the other side. He didn't get called. On top of that, today when he didn't actually go to the back to receive the ball because Leno wouldn't give him the ball. They changed the tactics today. He wasn't being given the ball deep, so he wasn't putting us in problem areas. When he picked up the yellow card, he didn't get a red. He constantly made sure that he wasn't pushing people, tackling people, grabbing people. Although he almost made a mistake grabbing Abraham for it could have been a penalty. Besides that, all in all, I feel like he did have a decent performance. He wasn't amazing, but you can coach these bad habits out of them. Him, Mustafi, and these other guys. So I'm giving him a 6.
Guendouzi for me, liability, absolute liability.
Yeah.
Not good enough for Arsenal. Sorry, never has been. Is Mary Poppins has got a more body strength than Guendouzi has.
Yeah.
And he's rash, he's reckless, he gets booked and he still goes around pushing players about. Is a sending off waiting to happen, and he needs to grow up. He needs to grow up quick. Don't give a shit if he's Lacazette and Aubameyang's friend. As far as I'm concerned, you should fight for your place at Arsenal. It's not a given. As soon as we get a decent holding midfield in, he should be nowhere near the Arsenal first team. I'll give him a 4. Let's go on to man and match me, Lucas Torreira, and I'll give him Torreira a 10.
I'm giving him a 10. He was absolutely. Listen, how many times have I said it this season? Right, I said it to everyone. Everyone kept saying, even you, Sonny, a little bit. You know what I mean?
I've just given Lucas Torreira a 10, but I'm negative.
Even yourself was criticised Torreira, but I kept telling everyone it's down to the way the managers are playing and the way they're set up.
Yep.
I kept saying it all the time. Now, if you play Torreira in his correct position and you tell him how to play, this is what you're going to get. Now, you know what I mean? I don't know how many times I'd say it, but Torreira today, he was everywhere, and that's how we want him to be. Play him in his right position, 10 out of 10. Brilliant. Fantastic player.
I would give him. I don't think we could give a 10 because we didn't win. But I will give him a 9 as a joint man of a match for me. Yeah, as you said everything. There's nothing for me to add. So yeah, I'll give him a 9.
Sorry, Shane, sorry, mate.
Yeah, so I totally agree. I think he was immense today, and this was the best I've seen him. And I totally agree with Terry. He should have been playing this position a long time ago. I'm going to give him a 9 because I'm going to save my 10 for somebody else. But he was brilliant today. Brilliant.
Yeah, let's get it right though before we come to Melvin's rating. Lucas Torreira has played this position many times, and he hasn't been that great, right? I'm not just calling Lucas Torreira as a number 10. He hasn't been good for a lot of games as well.
But he was playing him further up, though, wasn't he?
Yeah, but even before winning his CDM, you know, he lost his position as well because he wasn't that great.
Yeah. Because of the way we were set up all the time. We were so defensive. It was unbelievable. If you look at it in that first half, our centre backs did not come away from that halfway line when we didn't have the ball. So all the press, all the ball was in there. And if you look at the first half, that was exactly how we've played for 18 months, going sideways and sideways and sideways and backwards because they didn't know what to do with the ball. We was fantastic in that first half.
Silver, laugh out loud. You guys are toxic. Bye to you too.
How is we toxic?
He must have seen my Mustafi comment. That's why.
Go on, what was that?
He thinks we're terrific. He just can't spell.
Go on, Melvin. What was your rating of Torreira?
Oh, he was fantastic. It's like when he signed us the first like half a dozen games. Because he did go off the top when he signed, but he had about 6 or 8 unbelievable games and he went downhill before they moved him. And I thought he was fantastic today. I'm going to give him a 9. I think there's a little bit more in the tank. I'm happy to give him a 9.
Let's go on to Mesut Ozil.
Oh, no, the kid.
Sorry. Yeah, I was just gonna go on to. I'm joking. Anyways, Torreira was amazing. Let's be honest. We haven't seen him do this in a while. It did help that the midfield was a 2 at the beginning and it was weak. And when it did change, it was a little bit tougher. But I want to see this from Torreira consistently. I want him to be a consistent 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 player for us. Because if he gives us another 4 out of 10 next week, Sonny, we're gonna be all over him. So let's hope that he can be consistent going forward. But he gets a 9 today.
But remember, this last 2 games where he's played, or not even 3 games. Everton, Bournemouth, and now last 3 games he's done the job. Even at West Ham, then you go back 4 games. Even at so he's been actually playing well consistently.
It's been good for last month.
Yeah. So because he's gone back into that defensive midfielder role where
I think ever since Sonny called him out, it's been working.
Yeah. Let's go Mesut Ozil. I'll go first. Mesut Ozil first half was exceptional. Second half he was nowhere.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, gosh.
But if you have Mesut Ozil show today, you put the right players around him with the right work rate, he will kill you.
Exactly.
He will kill you. The geezer's a sniper. He'll shoot you between your forehead there. He'll shoot you. He'll give you one of them spots like some people have got. You know, he'll kill you. So Mesut Ozil for me, based on the first half, I'd give him an 8. Based on the second half, I'd give him a 2 because unfortunately for him, he wasn't in the game.
God.
But
so what'd you give him overall? What'd you give him overall then?
Overall, you got to give him a 7 for that dummy here. That dummy he done.
Yeah, I was gonna say that dummy was. Yeah.
For me, the difference is right. I think what the difference is of what we've all got to look at and taking in retrospect is that don't forget, Arteta's only been our manager now for 2 games, right? He's took over these players, and everyone writ them all off. Writ all the players off, writ Arteta off, didn't give none of them a chance. And within 2 or 3 games, I mean, that first half, that's what I mean. He made them work like dog horses. Honestly, they was running all over that pitch, and they didn't have nothing in the tank second half because these players they haven't done any work rate like that for 2 years, so they've got nothing in them. It's a total different kettle of fish now with Arteta. He's going to make our players run for 90 minutes, and in that first half, like you said, Sonny, he was a 9. In the second half, he did drop off a little bit, but I think every player did, to be fair, apart from a couple. But for me, I'd give him a solid 8.
With me, again, yeah, I'll agree with that. Solid 8. I think that in that first half, as Sonny said, if you put the players around him and you got the tactics and the formation, it will always bring out the best in Ozil. And I even when Arteta came in, I said you're going to see an Ozil masterclass. And again, as was stated before, that people were writing them off. People, I think the reporter, the first thing they said, because Emery didn't like Ozil from the get-go, the first thing the reporter said when Arteta got the job was, "Oh, what do you think about Ozil?" And he knows he because Arteta played with Ozil, he knows what Ozil can bring. And with me, a lot of people like, Ozil doesn't run this or that. He showed Ozil has heart. All the players showed they had heart and they love the club. And I don't mind Ozil coming off.
You watch Ozil when Ceballos is back in the team.
He's gonna have fun. He's gonna be happy. And I think Ozil, if he's gonna come off for 70 minutes every game, but he's giving 150%, that's me. I'll take that. But again, solid 8. I think we was unlucky, but yeah, no, 8 for me.
Yeah, I'll give him an 8 as well. I think it was that dummy that Sonny mentioned. That is worth an 8 on its own. Yeah. And his first touch was really good. Few passes. I think he nutmegged Kante once as well. And I totally agree. Mesut Ozil has always been a player that you need to have right people behind him to just support him, and so he's not much of a defensive work is relied upon him because he's just not that type of a player. And I think first half we worked around that and he got the ball. And I think it was the follow-up from Bournemouth game where he did well. And I just hope he continues and he keeps it going because he's a fantastic player on his day. It's just we need to get that going.
Yeah, we're missing Aaron Ramsey. We're badly missing Aaron Ramsey. I'm telling you.
Yes.
If Rambo was in this team,
we need goals from the midfield, man.
Melvin.
Right, I'm only going to give him 7. I thought he was terrific. But the reason I'm saying that, he was very, very good. But at least he had some runners around him now. That's why his game was so good today. We had people running off the ball. Nelson, Lacazette was running. Aubameyang was running off the ball. And the little 1-2s they're playing suited him 100%. And if the team can keep up that tempo with those in the team, I think it'll get even better.
Sabi, you can't base the Ceballos on Unai Emery, mate. You can't base no one on Unai Emery.
Okay, let me talk about that. Unai Emery deserves to go to prison for 2 years robbing us for Mesut Ozil. Let's be honest, he robbed us from Mesut Ozil for 2 years. This guy, ever since he came into the team, he's been helping us control possession of the game, play better off the ball and on the ball. Whenever he gets the ball, he takes the pressure off the rest of the midfield because he keeps everyone around him at bay. On top of that, today, the first half, people say he ghosts in big games. Today he was not a ghost. He was burning them in the midfield in the first place. They had to sub a guy out in 30 minutes. Let's be real. That was because of Mesut Ozil. Second half, he dropped consistency. He needs to be consistent.
So I won't read out none of your comments if you're going to carry on trolling. Go on.
He just needs to be consistent. Once again, we have a consistency issue. If this guy's consistent on form, he can create four key passes like he did the last game. I'm giving him an 8 today.
No.
Reece Nelson. Reece Nelson today, you know what? You justified your selection, son. Seriously. You know what? I've been going in on Reece Nelson because I expect a lot from that kid. Yeah. Right? Today he justified. I'll tell you something, right? If Reece Nelson carries on playing like that, Pepe might as well just sit at home. Yeah. Because quality today. Everything that kid done was quality. Reece Nelson, I'll give you an 8, bruv.
I go with everything you just said there, Sonny. He was getting up and down that wing, unbelievable today. Everything he was doing in Germany, what we wanted him to do in the Premiership, he done today. He was putting players on. He was fantastic. I'm going to give him an 8.
Robert, thanks for your super chat, Robert. It's such a shame. I can't read the first bit. Kroenke and his useless board took too long to get Arteta. Had they got him 2 months ago, we could have had another 9 points. Bro, This is what I've been saying from time.
Exactly.
This is what I've been saying from time, bruv.
Exactly.
Should have sacked Emery in the international break.
We should have sacked him when we lost 4-1 to Chelsea. I'm sorry, we should have done.
Yeah. Didn't fair yet. Yeah. With me, I'm gonna give Nelson. I think Nelson. I'm gonna give Nelson a 7. I think again his work rate was good. I think the only thing Nelson needs to work on is his decision making. There were times where he made the right decision, and then there was times where he made the wrong decision.
How did your missus?
Huh?
How did your missus?
Right. And that's just it. Like I think there was one time when in the first half Ozil played in the ball and then he cut in on he did Kante, sold Kante, and then he wanted to go back out again on Kante, where the ball was to Aubameyang on the left. And I think once Arteta gets that ruthlessness into him, then you're gonna see a bit. But then you can see it small. It's building. I saw Everton match, I slated him heavily. Bournemouth match, I think I slated him a little bit less, but he wasn't up to scratch. But today, again, you're seeing everyone's improving. You can see that. You can see that. So yeah, I'll give him a 7 today.
Yeah, I'll go with 7 as well. I thought he did really well. I was quite surprised when he broke into the team, and I thought there must be something for him to be able to keep Pepe out. And I can see now why Pepe didn't start today, which that is a conversation for another day as well on its own. But I think Arteta, if he can coach him correct, if he can get him 75% to the level of Raheem Sterling, we've got a good player on our hand. And I can see why he was running up and down. He wanted it. He was getting in. He was putting the passes in. And I agree with you. His decision making sometimes can be better, but he will come with games. The more games he plays, the more coaching he gets from Arteta, that will fill in as well. So yeah, 7 from me as well. Good game.
Melvin.
Right, I'm going to give him an 8, but also I'm going to give a big well done to Arteta, because I thought Nelson was pathetic against Bournemouth. He done nothing right, and he put his arm around him. He's given that kid confidence. And I think that's fantastic to see. Didn't climb under the bus, put his arm around him. He obviously sees something in the kid, and it was proved today that he has got something. It's not a finished article, I know. There's something there. So 8 for him. And for that, I would give Arteta an 8 today, just for that.
Guys, I think Reiss Nelson was the most exciting player in the game the first 30, 40 minutes of the game. And he was ripping everybody. Did you guys see when he ripped Jorginho? He ripped Emerson. He's been ripping people left, right, center. He passed that cross to Aubameyang. We were making fun of his crosses last game. That cross to Aubameyang was on a tee. Yeah. Aubameyang laid it off for Lacazette, and product has been letting us down. These guys are in a team that is not performing well, and for him to perform the way he did today is very encouraging. I give him an 8.
We're going to what's name?
Alba.
I'll go to Lacazette first.
Okay.
1. I'll give him 1. I thought it was shit. Everything he done was shit. His first touch was shit. He couldn't hold the ball up. He looked knackered. He was blowing. He was blowing more than a bloody porno, mate. He was gassed out. Nothing. You know what? He looked sulky. There's nothing I could say was encouraging about him today. I would have taken him off on 60 minutes, to be honest with you. I'll give him 1. If he went, to be honest with you, I wouldn't miss him at all.
I just think we've got to give him time. I think he will turn into be a great player, like every player will under Arteta. I know I'm praising Arteta to the gods and everyone in the comments who keeps saying that, but I just think Arteta is going to be a very special manager. And like Melvin just said about Nelson last week, his man management skills and the way he personally goes up to players is unbelievable, and he gives them that confidence. But today, in the first half, I'd give Lacazette, he was running the line in that, but on 60 minutes, he needed to come off. You could tell that he was blowing, he had nothing left in him, and that was the time to get Pepe on him, Martin. So I'll give him a 4.
I would actually, I'll give him a 3, and I'll give him a 3 solely based on his work race. His work rate. Nothing came off, flicks, anything. Just didn't come off for him today. But I would say the work rate was there, and yeah, he should have come off. I think we should have brought on Pepe and then put Abba into the middle. Essentially, yeah, that's I would have done that. But yeah, no, that's I'll give him a 3.
Yeah, I'll go with 3 as well. And just purely because some bits of the game he showed some level of fight. In the first half, for the first half an hour, 35 minutes, he did all right. But there is something not right with him. I don't know if it's lack of confidence or what is, because he was dropped under Ljungberg for a bit, and then at the end of Unai Emery. But I don't know what it is, but he's not the player that he was before. I think it could be confidence. Maybe, as you said, Terry, earlier, Arteta can put around and speak to him and sort out, because if he can get him going, he's a hell of a player. I'd rather have him in my team than not have him.
Yeah, I'd rather be on Ousmane Dembele rather than Lacazette, to be honest with you.
Nah,
I like Lacazette.
Yeah, man. Laka has something, because Laka used to be the guy that would turn up in all the big games. All last season, he turned up in every single.
Remember that goal against Liverpool?
Yeah, bro. It's like Liverpool, Chelsea, Tottenham. He scored Man United, all the big games, but it just hasn't worked.
Listen, don't forget, we are so low on confidence, boys.
Yes.
No, I agree.
The whole team, the whole squad. Do you know what I mean? We've had nearly 2 years of shit managers, shit tactics, shit performances, with shit crowds, because obviously no one's been going, shit ball, everything. But within 3 weeks, 3 games, it's all changed. Just give it a bit more time, and we will see so much better and so different.
It hasn't all changed, Terry. It's changing, but it hasn't all changed yet.
Can I say something?
He can't do it all in one go. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, Terry, what would you think? Could it be something to do with him wanting to leave and he's sulking a little bit and he's not playing properly because he just wants to cut?
I don't think he wants to leave. I don't think he wants to leave.
I purely think it's down to fitness and confidence. You could tell in the second half that every player was putting in 100%. Well, most of them.
Okay, let's finish his play ratings quickly. We'll come back to the question in a second. Whose turn is it? Laka.
Melvin.
Right, I agree. He's got no confidence. He doesn't look fit. He's not right up top. It's just at the moment he needs a rest or play in the reserves for a little bit. Just get his confidence back. I'm serious. He doesn't deserve his place in the first 11. He should be a sub at best. You know, he misses too many chances. He had a great one today, which was crossed by Nelson, giving back by Aubameyang, and his body shape was all wrong. He needs to get over that barrier. He's got a barrier in front of him, the confidence. And I don't think he's 100% fit. I think that's got something to do with it as well.
Yeah.
So I think he needs a rest, either play for the reserves where he gets his confidence back because he is a good player, or just make him up and bring him on for the last 20 minutes and he gets his confidence that way.
The kid?
I feel like he's thinking too much. He's taking too many touches in tight spots. He should just shoot on mark, take the shot. He shouldn't be lacking confidence. He scored 2 goals just a couple weeks ago. All in all, I can't give him anything more than a 4. I feel like he doesn't deserve anything more than that, and he needs to just get more composure, or else he's gonna be sold.
You know what? If he's low on confidence, you can't wait for Aubameyang to win a penalty to give him another penalty to score, can we? You know. Aubameyang, one thing with him, if he's out of the game, you give him a chance to the geezer scores. You know, Lacazette is not that guy. You know, for 2 seasons now, he hasn't done it away. You know, so time's up, mate. You know, time's up for me. I'll put somebody else in who wants to sign a contract, stay long term, and fight for the badge. But when Lacazette is on it, he puts in more fight than any other player. But we haven't seen that recently. Yeah. You know, let's be right. Aubameyang, for me, 9, quality, absolutely quality. You know what? only just missed out for me for Lucas Torreira for man of the match from an Arsenal's perspective. But that guy's closing down. After time, it was like we had two left backs. The guy was a left back and he was a centre forward as well. Absolutely fantastic. The most energy I've seen him play since he's been here.
Yeah, but for me, like you just said, he would have been man of the match, but I think Torreira just outdone him just because how brilliant he was. But I'd give him a 9.5. I've spoken to different fans on the way home, West Ham, Man United, and they said they watched a game and they said his defending today was unbelievable. The running back that he done was unbelievable. He was everywhere and all today. But for me, Torreira just pipped him. But I'd give him a 9.5. Big yourself up, Aubameyang.
Connor, we shouldn't be really happy, mate. We lost, but first half. If we played like that, we did first half the whole game. Then yeah, but we only done it over 45 minutes. Let's be right. We played 45 minutes good football. The other 45 minutes we were hanging on like Jumanji, mate. We falling off a cliff. You know.
You know what though? For the first time in 2 years, like we keep saying, is the first time that I've been really disappointed with the result because we played really well.
Deserve to lose. The referee killed us, but we'll come on to that. Give us your Aubameyang, mate. Let's finish this off quickly. Go on.
Me, 9, my other man of the match with Torreira. I think, as I said earlier, that the guy was left back. He was running, and to show you that he loves the club, playing out of position, and he's making some 50, 60-yard runs to make a tackle at left back. This guy, bro, to give him a new contract.
Big thank you to Flo. Sandy, give one of your famous one-liners. All the dirty women you're with, Flo. If you can't be good, be careful, bruv. Shaheen?
For me, Aubameyang gets a 10 today. I know 10 is the best and it's a flawless performance, but I think as a captain, he led, he scored the goal, and at the work rate that he put in, it was just phenomenal. And you got to think that this guy 3-4 days ago, he's played 90 minutes. And today, again, another 90 minutes, and he put a shift in. And you're probably going to, another 3-4 days, another game. For me, just because of the heart rate, and not the heart rate, the walk rate, sorry. And the goal that he scored, and just the effort, he gets a 10 for me.
Melvin?
Right, gets a 9. He was phenomenal. A lot of work rate. But what I was impressed with, he actually learned how to tackle today. Yeah. Normally, he goes running in, he doesn't know what to do. Today, he's really, really good. He led by example. He looked like he was and I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, it's captain's performance today.
Can I just quickly say, because you just reminded me, Melvin, David Luiz, that tackle we put in against
I said that, man. You missed it.
I already said that.
Yeah. We put in there. I mean, that was phenomenal. Yeah. He took his head off.
Go on.
I don't know how Aubameyang's not man of the match. In my opinion, he was our best defender. He was our best attacker. He did everything. Did he even play in the midfield? Maybe, I don't know. But at the end of the day, the guy was tearing down guys on attack. He was getting his headers. Surprisingly, he was winning headers today. I was shocked. All in all, I feel like he deserves a 10, and I'm not hearing anything less than him man of the match.
Well, let's do substitutes quickly. Willock, 3, no impact.
Yeah. 4. I'm angry he came on.
So unlucky when it comes to he always takes those shots and he never gets it.
No, but he should have laid it off to Lacazette.
Yeah, for me, he gets a 2 because of that.
He should have laid it off even against Bournemouth. He should have laid it off, but then he wants that glory, and that's my issue. This is about the team. It's not about my goodness, I scored my first goal for Arsenal. No, it's not that. It's let's get the win. And
who has that greediness?
Nicholas Pepe ain't worth scoring.
Right.
Yeah.
We've done Mustafa already.
Yeah, we've done them. Okay. Yeah. Right.
Chambers. We never did Chambers. He got an assist.
It's no point.
Don't worry about that. Okay. Wednesday we're going to United.
No, we're coming here, mate. Yeah, I was going to say they're coming here.
We're at home.
Yeah. Well,
we have tickets, Sonny. How do you forget?
Wednesday. You know. What do we expect? I rate Chelsea better than United anyway.
Yeah.
I think there's no reason why we can't tear United apart.
The only difference is for me is that United, for some reason, when we play them, they become like Brazil. They
turn up.
They just pick their game up because obviously we used to be rivals years ago. Do you know what I mean? They pick their game up against us, no matter even if they're, you know what I mean, just in the relegation zone or whatever. When it comes to us, they will pick their game up. But if we play like we did today like we did in that first half for at least 60, 75 minutes, I think we'll smash them. I really do. Because Chelsea in that first half was all over the place. And how on earth any of their players didn't get sent off in that first half because of that referee? Because they kept pulling us down. Every player they was pulling down because we were just running rings around them. And if we do the same against United, then we will absolutely annihilate them. I'm telling you.
Kevin Edwards, yes, we'll do that. We'll do that at the end, Kev. We'll do that at the end.
Hey, we are set up tactically perfectly for Man United to destroy us, because Man United, the way they play, their whole game plan is to let the other team have possession and break on us through the middle with that one ball that we always get beat. And if we play with David Luiz, Socrates, and Mustafi tracking back and not attacking the person head on, you're going to have the guy in the box before you even know it, because these guys are much faster than Willian and Tammy Abraham. And don't forget, they've beaten City, they've beaten Tottenham, they've beaten Chelsea twice, they've beaten all these guys. They drew against Liverpool, so these guys are not no mugs. They're beating shit. They're losing to shit teams because these shit teams are setting a low block, and we're not going to do that.
But the difference is we've got a manager now that won't just sit back.
No,
I'm saying, Terry, we would have had a better chance if we sat back.
We need to sit
We
back.
can't sit back. If we sit back, we will go backwards.
Have you watched
Terry,
Man United?
Don't forget, we're gonna have Tobias back. We're gonna have Bellerin back.
Yeah,
We're gonna have players back.
Martinelli back. We should have.
Martinelli back.
We need to stay playing how he started off. If he doesn't do that, I'm telling you now, we will get annihilated.
Terry, Man United
Hold on.
have the fastest.
Hold on. Let me jump in here. So, Man City played United.
Yeah.
Man City play on the front foot. They pressed from the start. Man City got outdone by United. United should have beaten them 4-0 in that game. I watched that game. Rashford missed chances and Martial missed chances. They should have annihilated Man United in that game 4-0. The reason why, because Man United, for all their problems and everything, they sat deep, hit them on the counter, and similar to Man City's defense, with no better. I think Bellerin's lost pace anyway, but he's still our fastest defender, Bellerin. Our defense will get annihilated by Rashford, James, and Martial for pace. They'll get outdone. They'll get outdone for pace. Oh, let me finish what I'm saying. Let me finish what I'm saying.
Right.
Every single game, because my dad's a United fan, so I do watch United games. Every single game I watch United, they struggle against all the smaller teams because they say, okay, cool, you guys have nobody in your midfield that can actually create and pick through holes and everything like that. So when we sit deep, I think we got holes with all them guys. But when they sit deep, Man United can't break through teams like that. And I think, as I said earlier, Arteta has to be flexible and he has to be creative with this team because he doesn't have those players that can pick one pass or we can soak up all the defense and everything. I think we're going to actually have to sit deep, 2 banks of 4, and then hit Man United on the counter. I think we have to counter them.
I understand what you're saying. Let me ask you a question. What happened in the second half that was different to the first half?
What happened in the second half? Our second half from today?
Yeah. What happened in the second half compared to the first half? We sat back. In our second half, exactly. Look, hold up. Joe said it here. Great comment. Terry, what did we do today in the second half? We sat back. That's what will happen. That's what will happen.
We did sit back. But did Chelsea? The only real chance Chelsea had was that Abraham header, and Leno saved it. That was the only chance. Chelsea did not make it. Honestly, you was at the game.
Yeah.
What clear-cut chance did Chelsea have?
You're saying there, Addy, but don't forget they've got different strikers. They've got better strikers. United.
That's right.
Now, we've done this for 2 years. If we sit back, we will get annihilated.
Fuck United. Fuck United, mate.
I think we'll beat them. I think we'll win 3-1 or 3-0. I think that
Ade, can I just say something?
Whoa. Relax. J.M. Patterson, thanks for your super chat, bruv. Obviously, if you do a super chat, it's one way of getting your comment guaranteed to be read out. But obviously, I do try and read out everybody's. Today's match was a draw. Worst case until Mustafi's mistake. He plays with too much fear when Holding is when he's Holding coming back. Holding's just as shit as he is. But you know,
back, mate.
Sonny, can I just come in on Wednesday?
Let's not get twisted, right? Regardless of Mustafi's mistake or even Leno's mistake, there's only one person who cost us the game today, and that's the referee.
Yeah.
That referee seriously should be put up against the wall and just stoned. He should be stoned, bruv.
The linesman was just as bad and all. He was terrible.
VAR as well. I don't know if you saw it, but for that Jorginho goal, when they checked on VAR, Jorginho
he fouled Torreira.
He fouled Torreira. They didn't even look at it.
Just quickly, just getting back to the Man United thing. Honestly, I'm fed up of Arsenal or us. We have to worry about the other team, the opposition. I'm so fed up with it, right? That it's me off that. We need to be Arsenal. We need to be Arsenal. Arteta, that's why I want Arteta, because he will play the Arsenal way.
I totally agree
Harry,
with you.
can I say one thing? Harry, please?
Okay, yeah, good, go on.
Harry, how did we concede our second goal? Was it not a counterattack?
Because we were sitting back. Look here.
Okay, no. Was it a counterattack? Yes or no? How did we concede our goals against Man City? Was it a counterattack? Yes or no? Man City's goals was it against transition of play? Today's goal that we conceded, the second one, was against the transition of play. What I'm saying is Man United are one of the best teams at taking the ball from one box to the other box in like 0.5 seconds and just scoring a goal out of nowhere. And that is the team that we're going to be facing next. And if we don't set up properly...
Worried about that. The kid, you shouldn't be worried about that. Worry about your own team first.
You know what?
But that's why I'm worrying.
Your own team, like I did in our first half. If you look at our first half, we absolutely annihilated Chelsea. Unfortunately, the only reason why we couldn't do that in the second half is because, like I said, over the last 2 years, we have played shit. We've had shit managers, we've had shit tactics, and our work rate and our fitness has been absolutely crap. Now, if you look at the last 3 games, right, our fitness, we are solid. Arteta is playing with us with an identity, and if he plays that way all the time when he gets another 3 or 4 players in, I don't want to hear this crap from any fan saying, "Oh, we're playing United next, so we've got to do this because they do this." No,
you have to be flexible.
Terry, everyone started slating off Emery, right? Because Emery was focusing too much on the opposition, right?
Yes, that's right.
Let's now focus on what we could do. We brought in Arteta to implement a style of play at Arsenal. Let's just focus on us. Fuck like they're going to do.
Hold on.
Yeah, you know, can I just say something regarding Wednesday?
Thanks, Flo.
You have to be flexible.
Exactly. Well said.
Whoa. Super chats get priority, please. Thanks, Flo, for super chat. We sat back in the second half and invited push out. Also, the wrong subs were made. I don't know about the wrong subs were made. There was no one on the bench. And Arteta was naive thinking like that. His inexperience showed. He will learn from this, and we will learn our lesson. I don't think so. I just don't think he had personnel on the bench, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't think so as well.
Everyone thinks we took the decision to sit back. I disagree. I thought our legs had gone.
Yes, I agree with you. That's what I was going to say, Melvin.
I'll tell you what, we're 1-0 up. Let's sit back. That wasn't the case.
No.
And when you've actually playing football and your legs go, your mind goes as well. And that's what happened.
Yeah.
And it's
Sam Ingram, 2 points to your statement now. Okay. Sonny, I'm sure I can't wait to see Manchester United beat Arsenal on Wednesday evening at the Jesse Lingard Stadium. One, it's not the Jesse Lingard Stadium. You know, Jesse Lingard should be in a disco dancing to paedophile Michael Jackson's songs. Yeah. And also as well, we do agree David Seaman is better than Bernd Leno. So I don't know what your point is with that one.
I
Sonny, can I just come back on something?
No, I haven't.
If I may.
Go.
Just
Hold on.
following up from what Melvin was saying earlier, I agree, and I totally agree with Terry as well that we should concentrate on ourselves. And for Wednesday, there's two things that I think we should concentrate on. One, I don't think our fitness level will be great for a game that Arteta would like to press, because for the game that he wants to play, because it involves a lot of running around, pressing. So that's one thing to consider. The other one is that Man United has got three pacey forward. That Daniel James is quite quick, and we have to find ways to deal with him. And I totally agree with Melvin on that. For the second half, I could see a lot of players were tired. It was not about not wanting to do this, they were really tired, and I could see that if they were thinking, if we commit, we may not be able to drop back, and it's going to be another 3-4-0 down scoreline. So for Wednesday, I think the most important thing is to get the players recovered in order to be able to put a shift in for the gameplay Arteta wants to play. I'm sorry, I'm
It'll be a completely different game on Wednesday. Don't worry about it. Wednesday's in the bag. Don't worry.
Can I get back to the tired part? When it comes to, you're saying the players were tired, the formation also changed. At the beginning of the game, we were facing a back three, so we had an easier way to maneuver our wingers and our left backs to make killer passes. Where when they change the possession, it's more like you're man marking the wingers now, and you're not marking spaces. So it's a different way to attack the defense. And also, you have one less person in the midfield now to defend against, because you have more bodies in the midfield. So the moment that we got tired and we started letting Jorginho and these DMs and CMs get on the ball and no pressure, that's when the game changed. Before then, everything was even.
Just to add quickly, remember Arsene Wenger used to play a same formation, he just focused on us. And again now, Pep Guardiola, why when he went to Liverpool last season, and they drew 0-0 and they should have won when Mahrez missed the penalty, he changed the way Man City played, because he knew, I have to counter that Liverpool front three. We can't just be naive. We can't be naive. And hold on. What was that?
What do you change today then?
No. So I think, as I said now, the football we played and the philosophy we played, we take that into the Man United match. Now, how we play it, because all I say, instead of we press, as Terry said, we pressed from the halfway line up, because Abraham wasn't going to beat Luiz and Chambers in a race. Only Willian was up against Saka, and Willian isn't that quick, and Maitland-Niles is different. But then all I would say is that we sit just a bit deeper, because Man United will say, "Oh yeah, bring all the pressure," similar to when they played Man City, and then they're going to hit us on the counter.
Right, spot on comment, right? And I think Brains must run in my family, because this is my brother. He says, the season from now on is experimental, which is exactly what it is. Let's play and perfect our game. Forget about what United might do. 100% exactly right. 100%.
No, you can't say that. I'm sorry. I'm saying you can't just say, oh yeah, we're going to play our game.
It's all about learning what Arteta wants to implement now.
I agree with that.
It should be treated as a training session.
I agree with that. But Arteta at the same
time.
Thank you.
Let the super chat have
questions,
please. Flo, Emery wrote about the opposition, and look how that turned out. Stick to our strengths, attack.
Exactly.
Emery only focused on our. Emery only focused on our. That was the only thing Emery focused on. And this is the thing, yeah. Emery focused on. All I'm just saying is that we need to understand, as the kid just said now, we need to be wary of their threat. We can't just think, I'm just going to go attack. We go.
Eddie, Terry.
Man, you were just.
Hold on. Hold on.
Guys, we've had two extremes.
It's not going to do that. And then what we would do, because we're so superior, what we will do is that we'll just get them on the counter attack, and that's it, because they're going to have nothing.
You know what? Emmanuel was making a good point. You know, would you take Emery Can over Guendouzi?
Yes.
100%. How old is he now?
I think 27, 28. I think
he was a lot older.
Hold on, let me check.
It might be because he's been around for years, but I thought he was in his 30s, to be honest.
I think Terry, I think you're spot on in what you're saying in terms of attacking on Wednesday. I think you're spot on in what you're saying on Wednesday. The best thing we have on our team is our attack, and if we attack Man United, it will stop them from attacking in a way. So
Exactly. If you look at that first half, right, this is what I keep saying. If you keep them contained in that half, then they can't do anything. That's the best form of defending. If you let them come into our half, then that's it. Game over.
Okay, Terry,
you know what?
guys, give me 1 second.
Terry,
Let me
Terry,
speak, please.
the one thing we need to do is win. So we've got to focus on attacking, right?
Exactly.
Just quick point to this one. Jason's saying Leno has made more mistakes leading to goals than anybody else in the last 2 years. Fact. But another fact, Jason, is that Leno's also made more saves this season than any other goalie.
Okay, can I say something now? Terry, Addy, you guys are saying the same thing, but you are misunderstanding each other. We've had both extremes. We've had Emery, who is completely focusing on the opponent, and we've had Wenger, who's completely focusing on us. What I'm saying is we focus on ourselves, but have a chance when it's time to kill the game, kill the game. Keep possession. Don't let them have a sniff of the ball and win the frigging game. End it. If it's 2-0, end it at 2-0. We don't have to go on attack and kill them off and score a third and fourth. End the game by killing the game.
1 minute.
Yeah.
If we was that good that we're going to kill the game after we went 2-0 up or 1-0 up or whatever, right? We wouldn't be sitting in the position where we are now. Yeah.
No, but Sonny,
We're not that team, bruv. We are not that team.
Sonny, I'm trying to say there's philosophies. If we go down to 10 men with 20 minutes left in a game.
Man, how many hypotheticals are you going to come up with? Listen,
Sonny,
bruv. We're at home. We're at home, bruv.
I'm trying to talk.
The only
Can you
thing
speak, please?
we need points.
Let me just say something, right? The way that I look at Arsenal sometimes, right, and the way that you say that we've got to sit back, we've got to do this, we've got.
I didn't say that, Terry. I never said that.
The attack and all that. That's what I'm saying. You got strikers coming through. They're going to do this, right? The way you say it, it's I don't know if you remember Frank Bruno, right? Frank Bruno was great, but as soon as he hit you and thought he was going to win, he'd turn around and say, "Sorry, are you all right? You're right." And then by that time, he'd have been knocked out and on the floor, right? That's the difference. That's what you're saying. What we need to do is we need to attack and attack and attack, and
100%.
that's the best way of defending. I'm sorry, but that is. We can't worry about defending, because when we start worrying about defending, that's when our whole team starts going backwards. And
That's exactly what was happening today for the first 40 minutes.
You can't even score 2 goals right now. My whole point is when you have a lead, you have to have the capability as a team to try.
The way Arsenal ripped Chelsea a new one in that first half, right?
Yeah.
On a different day, they would have scored 3 or 4, right?
Yeah.
Simple, done. Game
Same
over.
thing against Bournemouth. Same thing against other guys. My whole point is when you have a 2-goal lead like we did against Palace, you have to be able to close it out as a team, and you have to have a system where, as a team, you can keep possession in case you go down to 10 men. In case it's 10 minutes left and you have a lead, we have to have a way as a team to try to keep possession and win games, because that's what we struggle with, and we all know that. We're speaking the same sense.
A totally pointless point. You know that you're just talking for the sake of talking.
Oh, wait, hold on.
We're speaking about the thing. We're speaking about the same thing.
Hold on.
Same thing 50 times, man. Right?
Hold on. I want to ask you a question.
See what Arteta does on Wednesday. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
I just want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Go on.
Flo, thanks for the donation, bruv. Sunny, did you have a Christmas party? Did you take the boy out?
He kept it all.
I kept it all myself, Flo.
He bought some kebabs.
Okay.
Look, I just want to ask you a question.
Are we not talking about the same thing?
Yeah, but we've done that. Kid, we've done
how we want to win games and what we want to use tactically.
We've done that. Move on.
No, but I never had to speak.
Be quiet now. I just said you move on. Move on. We've done that point.
Hold on. Now, I'm still on this point. Hold on. Let me have a quick question. Question to all you lot. One, do we have an attack on the same level as Man City?
No.
And 2, what did Man City do wrong when they played?
What difference?
But why are we talking about Man City?
Hold on. Let me finish what I'm saying. Let me finish what I'm saying. Let me finish what I'm saying.
I'm muted. Right? You muted. Right. Listen, it does not matter what Man City do, what Man City don't do. That's not Arsenal against United, bruv. It's a totally different game, bruv, on a different day. What difference does it make?
So listen. The reason why we're saying that,
By the way,
the reason why we're saying that is it doesn't matter about what City was doing on the attack. What about their defence? Their defence is totally better than ours. Their midfield is totally better than ours. So it's a totally different game. That's what I'm saying. You can't go on by what City are doing, what United are doing, what Liverpool are doing. We've got to worry about ourselves. And at the moment, our defence is not that great, unfortunately. And when we're playing against Man United, Chelsea, whatever, we've done fantastic in that first half, as we know, right? But today, the reason why we didn't concede or do anything like that today is because we played really high up the pitch. We played solid, and we was fantastic. And we was attacking. Right?
For 40 minutes. We did that for 40 minutes.
But unfortunately, at the moment, like I said, if our fitness was up, like if Arteta would have been there for a year, our fitness would be up, so it wouldn't have mattered because we would have played like that for 90 minutes. We would have done. Simple fact.
Or we had 20 minutes left, we could have closed out the game properly.
But hold on. But Terry, that's the thing. The same thing that you lot are shouting at the kid for, you can't be saying about hypotheticals because we've only got fitness. We've only got fitness. We've only got fitness to last us to do that. Especially that we've got a match on Wednesday, only 3 days, so not that much rest. So it's going to be the same
but
thing.
It's the same thing for Man United.
Yeah, but you guys are saying the same.
But Man United coasted. Man United coasted. Man United wasn't playing at the speed and intensity we played at.
Eddie, the simple solution, bruv. You let the bloody ball do the work, bruv. You keep possession of fucking football. You let the ball do the work. It's simple.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying as well.
That's what I'm saying. We had 20 minutes left. We were up 1-0. All we had to do was close the game.
There's 10 minutes left or 5 minutes left, bruv. The game ain't even fucking played yet.
Sorry, Melvin.
Funny, I just said the same thing as you. Why are you yelling?
Because the game has not even played yet. You're putting up bullshit scenarios, whatever.
No, I'm saying today.
For fuck's sake. God.
The point
Melvin, let me hear you.
What's wrong?
The point.
They're bullshit scenarios, what haven't even happened yet. You're phoning a scenario. The game hasn't even been fucking played yet.
We just played a game. I'm talking about today's game.
Sonny, how do I mute you?
How do I mute you? Holy, I'm shocked. Like, what's the problem?
You know, look, at the end of the day, if Arsenal play their football, they'll beat United. Simple as that. Done. Finish.
You're not mad at Torreira today. You're mad at me. What the hell?
I'm mad at you because you're saying, what if in the 70th minute that
today
we're 1-0 up and
what time did they score their 2 goals? After the 80th minute. After the 80th
scenario
minute.
does not make sense, bruv. Because the game hasn't
Scenario,
even
it actually happened. It actually happened. We conceded 2 goals today. 83rd minute, 87th minute. If we kept the possession.
From the 30th minutes a day, weren't you watching the game? They were all over us from the 30th minute.
When did we concede the 2 goals?
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
We can consider the goal from the 30th minute onwards, bruv.
Listen. Hold up, listen, right? I think the reason why this has been a long time coming, unfortunately, the kid, because what it is, right, is that for so long, you was backing Emery, right? You were saying to us, everyone, I'll give him time. Then you were saying, wait until the players...
Oh, was he one of them?
You were so positive all the time. We've got a positive manager. We're playing so well today, and yet you're being negative by saying wait until Wednesday.
I am not being negative. What I'm saying.
Good, do you know what?
I'm not being negative.
You know what?
I'm trying to have a word in.
For 1 second, right? Listen, shut up for 1 second. Stop talking over people, yeah? I'm going to give you a chance to speak. Stop talking over people. I'm going to give you a chance to make a bullshit point, and then we'll come back to you. Go on, without no interruptions. Go on.
Right. I just think that we're missing the point that the last 3 games under Arteta, we haven't given away a lot of shots.
Yeah.
Whatever he's doing, whatever he's playing at, it's working. And I don't care what we do. Yeah. Let's get behind him because I love it the way we played today. It was only fatigue, I reckon, and the referee that done us. Nothing else, and a little bit of luck. I think we were outstanding most of the first half. No, it didn't work out, I know. But I haven't seen Chelsea pepper us today. Though we didn't have any energy second half, they didn't pepper us. They had a lot of the ball and they had a lot of possession. They had a lot of in our territory. Apart from that, the last 3 games, what an improvement. And I think I'm very patient because I think this guy's going to get it right. I don't care what formation we play because he's learning himself. So I'm just going to chill out like we ought to do because we should be very happy on our performance today. Chill out and watch us go from strength to strength.
Yeah, Melvin, just in support of what you said. Sorry, Terry. Just in support of what you said earlier. There's one thing that none of us have discussed and showed concern on was what formation we're going to play, how we're going to play, and that shows we all think he's going to play the right tactics or the right people, right formations, which is a good sign, because under Emery, everybody was like, who's going to play? Is it going to be Tierney? Is it going to be Kolasinac? What's going to happen? Now, I think we all agree that very likely he's going to get it on, whether players can last for the 90 minutes and so on, so on. So, sorry, Terry, go on.
So it's all right. I'm just going to say I need to drop out because I need to go and sort something out, unfortunately. But you can get Flo on if you want and let him have a chance. But personally, what I'm trying to say to the kid, what I'm just trying to say is that you were so positive all the time under Emery and so positive about these. All I want to see from you now is that get behind Arteta. Don't worry about anybody else, right? Don't worry about Man United. Don't worry about Chelsea. Don't worry about City. Let's just get behind Arteta, because I think with this manager, with these players, he's going to turn them around, and we're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Look, the whole point, right? The whole point is we need to concentrate on what Arsenal do. The kids, listen, right? It's my stream, yeah. If you don't respect when I speak, get off it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. When I speak and I'll try and bring the direction of the conversation elsewhere. If you don't like it, don't be on it. Simple as that. Okay.
Okay.
Sonny, I need to drop out, unfortunately, mate. I need to
see that till. All right. I think we need Emmy back. Love your stream, Sonny. Thanks, Emilio. On that note, the kid could carry on his argument on Twitter, and we'll be out of here. Thanks, Shaheen, for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Sonny. It was lovely. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Addy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for everybody in the comments, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.
Love you all. Love you all.